Hello, hello, hello there, and how are you guys? All right, I see a small problem. Hold on really quickly, and let me figure out why my browser is tripping, okay? So let me do that, and then I'm just going to, let me see how many of you guys are on here. I don't know any statistics. It ain't telling me nothing, okay? But I appreciate you guys for joining me. We have a lot of stuff that's going to be changing, and I want to definitely get to that. Okay, so just bear with me 1 second. First of all, I want y'all to light up right now. I have my cigarette and my coffee, child. Okay, so y'all know I'm not playing. So I found out that my Wi-Fi was down, and it's because it wasn't communicating. So that's what happened yesterday in the middle of us doing our reading. It literally just stopped working, and I was so disturbed. I'm like, what is happening? But now I figured it out. So we're reading Carlita. This is reading 8, by the way. I know it says reading 7. So I just want to let y'all know that this is reading 8. I'm going to go over to my studio right now. Black China, she over here doing a video book telling it all about her peoples, honey, okay? She talking about everything. And I do mean everything. Okay, I need to go to here. So I'm going to be changing the title on the live stream, and I'm trying to figure out why the pop-out box, why the chat is not live, okay? That's what we're currently doing. Okay, now let's figure this out. Good morning to everybody. Okay, now I can see you guys. Just need to get this pop-out copy. So it looks like it renamed my pop-out, which is weird. That is just weird. Okay, that should be working now. Okay, hi guys. Now I can see you. I can see you. Can you see me? Hey. All right. So some changes have taken place. I'm going to tell you guys about the changes before I get into this read. First and foremost, I have created a subscription to the website, which means that the TV shows that I was showing, oh Lord, it says Toxic Diamond is your new cable company. The TV shows that I was showing, let me get over here and change this title. This is ridiculous. Faja, can you hear me? All right, let me get over here and change this title. So we're going to change this to Carlitas Way Reading 8. So if you want to watch any TV, oh no, what happened to all of my writing? Oh my God. A book by Carlita Hodges. A tell-all. A tell-all about NBA player Craig Hodges and R. Kelly. Available on Amazon. Available on Amazon. So if you guys have not been reading any of the new videos that I've been putting on as far as, or putting up as far as the announcements are concerned, please make sure that you guys are doing that, okay? It's imperative and entirely too important, okay? All right, let's get into our read. We are reading Carlita's Way. Hey, 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 we are reading reading Carlitas' way. Hey, we are reading Carlitas' way. Tell me why the chat is not doing. Okay, I see it now. It's moving. No, that's me moving it. The chat is not doing right, y'all, on screen. I don't know why the chat is not on screen correctly. It's like it stopped working all of a sudden. I'm going to do this one more time, Jesus. One more time for the people in the motherfucking back. You feel me? Because that's how I do for the people in the motherfucking back. You feel me? When they don't got their mother shit together. Oops. Did I curse anyway? And I didn't mean to. Whoopsie. All right, let me try to make this shorter and fatter. How many of y'all like that? Shorter and fatter. Come on now, don't lie to me. So shorter and then fatter. All right, well, I don't know why it's not quite working, the chat, but I've done all that I can do, all that I can say. All right, moving on. So, she said that she had lost her kids, that she was in front of her kids' school, and that she basically threw some gasoline at Craig Hodges. Okay. She said she went to go take the rental car back because he was complaining about it. Her car was ready when she got to the rental car place. So she went ahead and just got her car. She got home, the doorbell rang, and it was the cops telling her that they had gotten a complaint about everything that had gone on. Child. Sips coffee. Hits blunt. Shout out to the mods. In the house. Ooh, my sentiments. I like the way you did that. That's pretty. I like the way you did that. Hey, Larisha. All right. They told me I was going to have to come down to the station with them. I already had my coat on and my purse was on my shoulder. The one cop took me by the arm and read me my rights. They arrested me right on the spot. This was a first for me. At this point, I wish that I had done more to that jerk. The cop asked whether I understood what he had just said. I said, yes, I do. I turned back to lock my door and the cop snatched my keys out of my hand. Why? I don't know. I said to the officer, I have to lock my door. They became so mean after the rights were read to me. So I thought, I won't talk again until this is over. I'll just ride this out. They took me to Northbrook Police Department, where I was wearing a pair of jeans, a t-shirt, snow boot, and a long fur coat. What the hell? I would have changed my coat had I known that I would be staying overnight. Who goes to jail in a fur coat? You do. She said, who do? Girl, you do. You're going to jail, you're going to jail, you're going to jail in the fur coat, you do. Why am I singing so much right now? Somebody help me. Somebody help me. No, I'm just playing. Oh my God. I cracked my freaking self up. Okay. One officer said, look at this bitch. She had the nerve to have a coat on in here. It felt as though I was having an out-of-body experience of some kind. They took my purse, had me stand against a wall to take mug shots of me, and then they fingerprinted me. Is this really happening? I thought. It was happening, all right, and happening to me. I was in a fog. I didn't know what to do but be still and quiet. After getting checked in, I was taken to a jail cell down this long gray hall. It was cold and a moldy smell. I was the only one there as far as I could tell. It was still early in the day and I thought I would be home by nightfall. After a few hours had passed, it felt like forever. An officer came and bought me a bologna sandwich and a cup of water. I smiled and said, sir, I don't need that. I would like a meal I've not eaten all day. He smiled back at me and said, "Where do you think you are?" I responded in a very soft voice and said, "Sir, I know exactly where I am. I'm in Northbrook Jail." He seemed a bit surprised when I answered him. In my head, I had plenty to say, like, "Asshole, don't ask a question if you don't want the damn answer." His reply was, "Okay." "I deserve to have something to eat even though I'm in a cage," I said. The officer took the sandwich back and came back with some McDonald's 30 minutes later. I really hope that story is true. I ain't never known no ossifer to do that. Why is this? Oh my God, this freaking pop out. It's not. Why, guys? So I'm gonna. Oh man. Let me copy that. Cancel. I'm gonna get rid of this browser right quick and redo it. Let me see if I can get it to do the correct thing. Do the correct thing. Okay, let me see. Pop out that chat. I'm gonna be teaching you guys how to do all of this shit. So fun. Let me hope that it does the right things. It don't look like it's doing a thing. Okay, hold on. I see the chat on my screen. Ah, there we go. All right, let's get it a little fat and a little wide. It looks like it needs to be wider than that. Erica, I feel the same way. I'm like, hold up, bruh. Hold up, bruh. Hold up, bruh. I know you ain't playing with me. Hold up, bruh. I'm not, come on, man. Come on, man. Come on with the come-ons. Stop this. Stop this immediately. Okay? But, you know, it might have been one of them ones, you know, where you know, she just got it like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Anyway, he came back with some McDonald's 30 minutes later. I was for sure surprised. He seemed to have a soul all of a sudden. He sat and tried to get me to talk. I wasn't up for it. I wanted to sleep until it was over. He told me that Craig had come to check on me and asked them to watch over me. What? He told me that Craig had come to check on me and asked them to watch over me. I was surprised. I had nothing to say out loud to the officer, but the thoughts in my head were another story. What the hell do you mean that he came by to check on me? He could kiss my ass and drink some poison for all I care. I looked at the officer and he said that there was going to be a detective coming to speak with me in a few hours. I smiled and said, "Thank you for getting me a bite to eat. When can I go home?" He said, "You won't be going home tonight, Mrs. Hodges." I started to cry. My stomach knotted up as I sat back on the bench in the cell. When the officer walked away, I was so angry I couldn't believe I was locked up behind bars. I was cold and wanted to go home. I laid on the bench and placed my coat over me and tried to sleep. It seemed like hours had passed. I wasn't sure if there was still daylight outside. After what felt like forever, the officer came back and told me that there was someone who wanted to speak with me. Wow, I thought. I could have a visitor, but the closer I got to the front, it was no one I knew. It was the detective he told me about earlier that day. It was two of them, a woman and a man. I was not ready for the good cop, bad cop bullshit. They asked me things like, was I comfortable and did I need anything? Well, I first answered no. Then I answered yes. Can you let me go home right now? I'm cold and I want to go home. Then they started with the good cop, bad cop bullcrap. I was not in the mood. The lady asked me to have a seat. I did. Then she asked if she could ask me a few questions. I said, "Is this where I asked for a lawyer?" She smiled and said, "Would you like a lawyer?" I smiled and replied, "Not really. I don't feel much like talking." I'm sorry, not I smiled. I replied, "Not really. I don't feel much like talking." She asked if I would like the other guy to leave and if that would be better. I looked at her and said, it doesn't matter, really. What is it that you want to know? What happened today? Yes, I did it. The detective then asked if I would rather write than talk. Yes, I said, and then can I go home? Mrs. Hodges, you will not be going home tonight. You're going to go to court in the morning at 8 a.m. He handed me some paper and I started writing about what I could remember happening in the morning. 2 things. First of all, first and foremost, this is why we have to watch out who the fuck we get with. Like, this reminds me of Catherine Dennis on Southern Charm. Like, are you serious, bro? You done got with this dude. You done had babies for this dude. And what he did was crap on you in the worst way possible. He got this woman kids taken and got this broad in jail. Like, are you serious? Okay, and I can understand if it was a spare of the moment incident, something happened real quick that changed their lives that neither one of them could control because it happened in a moment and it was liquor involved or drugs involved. This is not that. These people was taking these kids to school, okay, doing too much, all right? Watch who you deal with. It don't matter if they're the best person in the world to you. Always be on your guard and always have your back. Remember that nobody else has your best interest at heart when they're mad at you. And that don't matter if you love that person or if you think they love you. Just remember that. Okay, because it's real deal Holyfield all up in this place. If you fucking with that nigga, he might put you out your place. Yeah, you might just go to jail throwing gas up in his face. It's okay, my sis, you could still win this race. Better watch who you fucking with and get up out his face, cause that nigga show crazy how you in a cold place. When I flow like this, you know it's straight, no chase. And I tell the whole truth to the whole damn race. All right, anyway. And I started writing about what I could remember happening that morning. Now, first of all, you don't write no statements for the police, okay? For real. This was turning out to be the longest day of my life. When I was done, I was taken back to my cell and waited for the morning to come. I was awakened about 5:30 in the morning. I was given a breakfast sandwich and a washcloth for my face and hands. After breakfast, I was transported to court. I wasn't sure about where I was, but I was taken through an underground garage to a room full of cells. Okay, you know what? This right here, this crazy because they treated her well when she was in jail. When I went to jail, they cut my clothes off of me from here on down, okay? Even through the drawers, and I had to wear somebody else's clothes coming home. They had me bleeding on myself for 2 days straight, in that motherfucker bleeding everywhere, to the point where my cellie, the person that they threw in the cell with me, was like, y'all gonna make me catch something in here fucking with this girl. Like, y'all need to give her some toiletries and stuff. It was just horrible. It was really bad. And so this is 2 different experiences. I've never known anybody to have an experience like this in jail. Shout out to Mimi Robinson, who recently was released after about 1.5 years. Shout out, and I hope that this time you get it together. That's from your sis, not the blogger, baby. That's from your sis. All right. So I was taken through an underground garage into a room full of cells. There was lots of women in the cells. It was surprising to see how many things were happening. I had never been arrested before. It was nothing like you see on TV. As the officers were taking me to my new cell, they called it the holding area. The women that were locked up yelled out at me, "Way to go, you should have burnt his ass up." Way to go, touchdown, I responded back to the women. No, like, that's for real. The women do be yelling out at you. That's funny. Okay. He plays basketball, not football. They smiled. These women were cheering me on, but I was not in a cheerful mood. I was a bit overwhelmed. The women officers were awful to me, and they were talking about me as if I wasn't standing there. One officer said that I deserved, and it served me right to be put in jail, and that I should be thrown under the jail. Then the other one said, "If the bitch leaves here, I'm going to lock up. I'm taking that coat. Hell, she won't need it." I never heard any officers talk like that. And I never heard any officers give me McDonald's. So I'm just saying, this is crazy. Damn, am I standing here? I was wearing a fur coat when they picked me up the day before, and if the officer thought she was getting my coat, well, that would have been a fight in itself. I was quiet while walking to the holding cell. I didn't have one word to say. I was afraid of everything that was taking place. I didn't talk to anyone until they locked me in a cell with this woman who was pretty nice. She asked me why I was there. She told me not to admit anything. Well, it was too late for that. I had already told what I did. Right. I was going to be in prison? Question mark. What had I done to myself? It was almost time to see the judge when this public defender came to see me. He seemed more nervous than I was. He asked me several questions and the same stuff from the night before that the detectives had asked me. He said he couldn't promise me anything because he said I did it all. And he said he couldn't promise me anything because I said I did it all and had written everything on paper. I turned to my public defender and said to him, look, I did it, but I never would have done this had I not been provoked by the things he's done. After our little talk, we went into the courtroom and I saw my mom and one of my brothers. I wanted them to leave. I didn't want to deal with either of them. I then looked over and saw Craig sitting his ass in court, looking like he had done nothing. I sat with my public defender for about 10 minutes before our case was called. After being sworn in, the judge asked Craig a few questions. He testified about the alleged threats I made and told the judge he feared for his life and our son's safety wherever I was around. When he said he feared for his life, I didn't think much about that. But when he said my sons, it took everything in me not to jump out of my seat and let him have a piece of my mind. I hated this man. It ran through my veins, and however bad it was, I didn't care. Next, it was time for the public defender to talk. He had already told me not to talk unless I was asked a question, and that time came fast. I was up next. When I stood up, the judge looked at me and said, this little bitty woman, Mr. Hodges, your fear for your life. Are you for real? So the judge, Carlita, really? So the judge looked at him and said, Mr. Hodges, you fear for your life? Are you for real? Come on now. The judge giggled a bit. Come on, child. Come on now. Jesus. Jesus Christ. Okay, we got 2 mods in the house today. Hey, Demeter, my boo. She had the first comment. Right on, girl. So the judge giggled a bit and continued on with me. He asked all the same questions to everyone else that everyone else had asked. I held nothing back. He asked me if Craig should fear for his life. No, I said. Then he asked, why did this happen? Your Honor, I was reacting to an action, sir. The judge asked me why I did what I did. I said, Your Honor, I reacted to an action. I didn't strike first. Then he said, did that make it right? I responded, no, not at all, but the fight is unbearable, and I needed him to stop doing the things he's been doing undercover. The judge asked if there was someone I could live with outside of Northbrook. No, Your Honor, I said. After he sentenced me, he asked if there was someone in court for me. My mom and brother stood up. The judge then asked me if he released me to my mom, could I stay there with her? My mom said, yes, I could. When I spoke, I said, Your Honor, I would rather be locked up than to stay with my mom. I'm sorry, that was me dying. That was me dying from what she said. I would rather be locked up than to stay with my mother, Your Honor. And that was my truth. I was not going to stay with my mom. I might as well just stay in jail. I grabbed the district attorney's arm and whispered to him, just have them put me back in jail. I don't want to be near my mother. I didn't like her, nor did I trust her. It was all about the money with my mother. I was done being thrown under the bus by her and other parts of my family. There was a time and place to deal with my mom, and this day was not the day. I'm more than sure I would have been thrown in jail or the nut house if I had to stay with her. His face looked surprised, and he said, well, I'm going to release you, but by no means can you stay in your Northbrook home. He started running off the charges. I was charged with aggravated battery. In addition, the judge entered an order of protection for Craig and our 2 boys, ages 6 and 7, banning me from residing in my Northbrook home or entering the town. In fact, He gave me 2 hours to get out of town. Reporters crowded around, but I didn't want to answer their questions. They interviewed my brother, who was so very happy to be in front of the camera. He should have shut his mouth or spoken on my behalf, but he didn't. He made it worse. Here it was that I was arrested and my brother was talking like a damn fool, thinking he's speaking well about me. They asked him something about me being arrested. His response was, Craig knows how my sister can be. He should have left her alone. Craig knows how my sister could be. He should have left her alone. That do sound like something that dumbass would say. He also made a comment about me having a bad temper when I saw the interview. I wanted to scream. He just wanted to be on TV. That for sure was his 10 minutes of fame. I was released on bail and escorted to my home by 2 officers. Well, girl, if you think that was his 2 minutes, you should have saw him on Surviving R. Kelly getting his fit in. Okay? He got about 25 minutes on that ass. I packed a few bags, and I took every bit of the 2 hours he gave me. The officers escorted me to the expressway, and I went off. I had little cash on me and no destination. I had cried almost every day since the boys were taken from me. I had no idea that I had tears left as they fell down my face. Driving to God knows where, I drove and drove. I wondered if I would ever see my children again and what they were thinking. How do I fix this? Will my boys ever come home again? Hell, if they were to come home, where was home going to be at this point? I had driven to the outskirts of Chicago. I was beat. It had been a long day. I wanted to try to sleep since the past 2 days felt like a whirlwind. A hot shower, a hot meal, and a nice bed is all I wanted. I saw hotel flashing lights off the expressway. I took the exit and pulled into the parking lot. When I went in, I checked myself in for a week. I couldn't wait to have some water hit my body and lay down. I wanted to shut everything off. I needed to take some time to stop. When I got my bags into the room, I fell to my knees and couldn't believe that my life had been taken in such a turn. I was kicked out of not only my home, but the town that I lived in. I lost both my boys based on a lie from their father, all because I didn't want him anymore. I remember telling him I wanted a divorce, and he told me I would never leave him because he was Craig Hodges and he played in the NBA. I laughed in his face and I threw the ring at him, although I wanted to spit in his face at the time. I had not been in love with this man for years. You should have left. You should have left. I'm going to say it again. If you don't leave when God tells you to leave, you will have kids by this nigga. If you don't leave when God tells you to leave, you will have hell to pay. Okay? You should have got your ass up, rise up, and leave. You do not stick around. Do not stick around. Period. All right? That's point to the blanks. All right. I laughed in his face and threw the ring at him, although I wanted to spit in his face at the time. I had not been in love with this man for years, not to mention that I didn't like him one bit, and being that I was so over it, I just wanted out. I filed for a divorce and I asked him to move out. I knew he had been talking to his friends and he was trying to be slick. I was not sure what his plans were, so I had to serve him while he was at practice to get it over with. I was done. He caught himself taping my phone at the house. He didn't have to because I was happily entertaining other men. Plus, I had told him because I was done being the good wife. He had done his dirt for years and I had been taking it all. All the disrespect from his family, all him being a dirtbag and asking me to sleep with other men and women. What the hell was his problem? He didn't love me, nor did he need to be married, at least not to me. I like men, not women. He wanted to watch me with other women, but he wasn't going to be getting that from me. It was always something with him. Then it was him wanting to watch men have sex with me. Who and why? Who wants to see their wife with another man or woman for that matter and watch? And if it were to be with another man, he was by no means going to be there. What and who was I married to? And he had my boys. They were the ones who needed to be protected. He was so out there. I'm sure he dealt with women who did whatever he wanted on the road. I needed a shower. I felt sick to my stomach just at the thought of it all. I pulled myself off the floor and started the water. I called the front desk and asked them for a number to order pizza. After I got that done, I jumped in the shower and started to scrub my body so hard, hoping to scrub off not just the dirt, but the gel and the awful things that had been happening. Go get you some stones, girl. Go get you some stones, girl. Get you financial a financial prosperity stone. Go get you some onyx stone to reflect that negative energy off of you. And go get you a balancing stone and put them in your bra, put them in your panties, put them over around your neck, make a ring out of it, put it on your hand, anywhere that it can touch your skin. The same way you put lotion in your skin and it makes it smooth and it has healing properties that go into your body, so do these stones. These are natural stones. They're made in the sea. They made from the earth. Look up onyx. It's a real mineral. It's a real rock, and it has properties in it that help balance you, that help to bring certain things to your life. Honey, go get you some stones, child, please, okay? And especially for your brother, ward off that negative energy, child. I'm telling y'all, okay? And make sure you clean it in some salt before you even use it. Put it in salt water. Yes, okay? Yes, Farah, you know what I'm talking about. I wanted to wash away all my thoughts for just one night so I could have a clear head in the morning. After my shower, I ate pizza and pulled some things out of my suitcase. I was trying to find some normalcy in the madness. I grabbed my meds and set them on the nightstand next to the bed. Now, see, I know that's right, because if your ass is supposed to be on medicine, the county jail will make sure your ass is on your meds. Okay, they not going to play with you when it comes to that medicine. Bitch, you going to take these psych meds today. I'm not saying she was on psych meds. She could have been on Tylenol 3s. Who knows? But I'm just saying, she could be aspirin. But I'm just saying, they're going to make sure you get your medicine. Okay, you ain't going to leave without your medicine. Because they put you on a medical hold and they make you stay until they fill your prescription. So whenever they long ass county lines get to each person's prescription, that's when you get released, not when you let go. Okay, I'm just saying, don't go to jail and be on medicine, because when you release, they will not release you straight out of jail. They will hold your ass until they fill your prescription. I'm just saying, a little bit of information. I wasn't sure if I would need to sleep. If I wasn't sure if I would need them to sleep, the meds. But who knew? I decided to turn on the radio and hear some soft music. I lay down to rest my eyes. I think I was asleep, but my head wouldn't stop. I had way too many thoughts. I finally fell asleep, and when I woke up, it felt like I had been sleeping for maybe 2 hours. I pretty much had forgotten where I was when I woke up. Think, Carlita, think. I'm frozen in time as I pull my thoughts in. I'm here in a hotel, not home in my bed. I'm laying in a bed in a hotel room, the XL Inn to be exact. The lights were low, the radio was going, the music was soft, and then, bang, a break in the music. I'm wondering, who in the heck are they talking about? Holy crap, a danger to society, crazy, abandoned her children, not a good mom? No way. The news on the radio stated Craig Hodges missed practice on Thursday to testify at a bond hearing of his estranged wife, Carlita, who was arrested on Wednesday after dosing the Bulls guard in gasoline and throwing 2 lighted matches at him. Hodges was uninjured in the accident. Carlita Hodges, who spent Wednesday night in the Northbrook police lockup, was released on $100,000 bond by Skokie Associate Judge Gerald T. Roher. In addition, Roher entered an order of protection for Craig Hodges and the couple's 2 boys, ages 6 and 7, banning the mother from residing in Northbrook and giving her 2 hours to put something together and move out of town. The incident occurred between 8:45 a.m. Wednesday outside of Grove School, 1000 P.F. Sting Road in Northbrook as Craig Hodges, blah, blah, blah. It's me. All the stuff they saying. They talk about me. It can't be. I'm not a killer, crazy, or a bad mom. And I didn't abandon my damn children. Hell, how could they even be saying this? I never tried to kill anyone. Crazy? Hell, these folks don't even know me. A bad mom? Shit, I spent the night in lockup. Wow. This room is spinning. I can't even see anything, and the tears won't stop. I just wanted to turn it off. I can't move. It hurts. It hurts as though I've fallen on a knife and it won't stop turning. Help, someone help me. I pulled myself off the bed to turn off the sound. I looked around and it all stopped. Am I dreaming? Is this some bad dream? Am I dreaming? And I can't wake up. Am I dreaming? Hey, he ain't holding me tight for tomorrow. I don't know these lyrics. Okay. Anyway, I'm scared to move, and the sounds of this soft music start to play again. I walked over and turned off the sound. I need to know if this is a dream. No, it's real. It's really real. I'm here in a hotel and I can't go home to see my boys. I can't hear their little voices. I can't put them in the bed. I'm crying. I feel like I'm drowning in my own tears. I'm falling to my knees and screaming out, help me. Father God, help me. I want out of this nightmare. I have some volume on the nightstand. I needed something in my head to stop. I take one and squeeze the bottle. My head says, take another one. I look at the bottle and put it back on the table. I don't want another one. I just want the sound in my head to stop. I need sleep. I need to sleep so I'll be able to think this thing out. It's late, sometime after midnight. I just want to sleep. I think I'm already asleep, just in a bad dream, but this shit here is real. How did I get here? I just want to go home and lay in my own bed and just sleep. I'm scared. I have no one to talk to. I don't really know if I want to talk. What I want is someone with me. I wish I had someone. I don't. Everyone's too busy judging me, and that's not what I need right now. Thank you, beautiful flame, for that dollar donation. I see you, my baby, because you know I'm putting in a lot of effort, child, okay? Let me say this, though. Any man, and I'm by myself out here in Atlanta right now, so I could say this because my man didn't send me, but I know the fear of being. Any man that would send you to an unknown place by yourself is not worth being with because it's dangerous out here. I happen to be a bad bitch. I'm not scared, but it's dangerous out here on these streets for these soft-spoken ass women. And Carlita is one of those soft-spoken women. She is not no brutally hard, scary woman that this man should have been scared of. Craig Hodges played Carlita. And there is no reason for him to be scared of her. If anything that she have is a smart ass mouth, and that is that. And I love her mouth, and half of y'all love her mouth. So it's just bullshit. What I'm reading as far as Craig Hodges is concerned, and how they try to portray her in the media, like real talk. And by the way, she also says that their sister Teresa never molested them, and that she still speaks with Teresa to this day, and Teresa is mortified that her brothers are saying that she molested them. But I'm going to be releasing some more of my conversation with her, and hopefully that'll give you guys some more answers. It'll be about 4 videos weekly. Anyway, everyone's too busy judging me, and that's not what I need right now. I want someone to shake me until it all stops, until I wake up from this dream that's not a dream. I'm going to have to get out of my own head. This is way too much work without doing a damn thing. It's dawn, and once again, I think I can rush morning. So I lay back down. Not sure why I'm rushing morning to come. I have nothing to do but sleep. Thank you, Farrah Cass, love. I truly appreciate it. Then I thought maybe I'll find a new lawyer because the ones I had let Craig take my boys and get away with it. So when I woke up, that's just what I did. I got the yellow pages and I made a few appointments to meet some lawyers for the next few days. I was not about to use that public defender they assigned to me or the first law firm I had hired. It felt good to get off my ass and stop feeling sorry for myself. I needed to take action and get my life back on track. I had to find someone who would listen to me, who would hear my story and help me get my sons back. Thank you, Sonora Landry. I see you, baby. So as the day went on, I chose a great lawyer who was willing to go to the extra mile for me. And that made me happy. It was December and I spent the holidays alone. I was reluctant to let anybody know where I was staying except for the dear friend who was my lifeline. And that was my mentor. Although we had not been in contact much, he was always someone I could call. He was my voice of reason. He was so surprised about all of the things that were going on in my life. I was on a mission to fix things and stop having people look at me with the sad eye, or happy eyes for that matter. I didn't need it. After the holidays came and went, my lawyer and I met with each other a lot. He wanted to get things in order. The first thing he did was work on getting the charges reduced to a misdemeanor. After that, he worked on some visitation for me and the boys. Supervised, however, it would be worked out for me because I wanted to see them. I had not seen or spoke to them since everything happened at the school. I was still staying at the hotel, which I liked. It was so very pleasant there. The people were very nice, and the only person I saw regularly was my one and only friend who came from time to time. It was nearing February and my court date seemed a million years away. All I knew was that I was ready to see my boys. Although I was staying to myself, I missed my boys like crazy, and my friend who had been very dear to me, who had stood by me from the start of it all, had started to trip. I had no room for it. He told me if I got my sons back, he wouldn't be a part of my life anymore. That was a major shock to me, but a very easy fix. I said, cool, let yourself out, and never heard from him again. I had too much at stake to play with this bullshit. Friends or not, I didn't hold a candle. He didn't hold a candle to my boys. I had no feelings about the friendship ending. I needed to focus on my case and my sons. Nothing else mattered. I had one more meeting with my lawyer before the big day, and he told me how to dress and said that he would go to jail for me if he had to. I was to sit and not say a word. He wanted me to act like the lady I was. I laughed and I did what I was told. When my court date arrived, my nerves were bad. I was hoping that my boys would come, but no such luck. I didn't know what to expect. All I knew was that I wasn't going to jail again. My lawyer got the charges reduced from a felony to a misdemeanor, and I had to do some community service. Both Craig and I had to get some couch time, of course, not together. Not too bad, I thought. The judge would rule on visitation after reviewing the sessions from the psychiatrist. After court, I felt okay. And yes, just okay. I was hoping to see my boys. I couldn't even talk to them on the phone. It felt like a win, but also a loss. Also, I was driving back to the hotel. I wanted to scream. As I was driving back to the hotel, I wanted to scream. I felt like I was reliving the first day when they had kicked me out of town driving down the expressway. I had to get off. My head was taking me on a trip. It's funny how the mind works. What was real was that I needed to get to the hotel, call some couch time, and become Mother Teresa like my lawyer told me to. I did just that, and I got an appointment for the following day. I wanted this to move fast. I didn't watch any games on TV because every time Craig made a basket or flash across the TV, the announcements would mention me, call me crazy, and make him look like the angel he was not. I started my sessions right away. The psychiatrist seemed cool enough. He and his wife had a small firm. They seemed fair enough. What I didn't like was them telling me this all happened because my dad was absent in my life. But I went along with it to keep the peace. Thank you, Aisha Wyatt, Double O. You are a great person and I enjoy your lives. Thank you so much for enjoying it. Thank you so much for enjoying it. Thank you for enjoying it. The truth was that I didn't care about what they were saying. I thought the hell with my dad, them, and Craig not being around. I wanted to see my boys, so I was willing to do whatever damn dance I had to do to make it all right. All the psychobabble bullshit I had to sit through didn't matter. This went on for 3 weeks, 2 weeks, and a week. When they sent the information to the judge, I still had to wait. The shit was getting old. My lawyer saw that I was losing my patience, and he was so good at reeling me back in. I had done everything I was supposed to do, and the couch time was over. It was something I really enjoyed, and now the time came for me to talk to the boys. I tried everything in my power not to cry. As soon as I heard their voices, I couldn't help myself. I laughed with them. They had question after question. Things were turning around slowly. Better slow than not at all. It felt like 100 holidays wrapped all in one to be able to speak to my boys. After the phone call, I laid on my bed, balled up, and cried myself to sleep. After hearing what I've gone through, people said I was wrong. I couldn't see it. I did my community a service, finished it, and had that all behind me. I was free to a certain degree. My lawyer told me to find a place because I had to have an address to start seeing my boys. He didn't have to tell me twice. I rented a house in the Palos Park area. My life was coming together. My first visit was supervised. It lasted about an hour and it went well. After a few weeks, the meetings with the boys increased. Craig seemed to want to get rid of the boys half the time, but I was never going to trust him. When he sent the boys to me, I would have him bring me signed paperwork with a notary stamp on it. I couldn't take a chance with his ass. I didn't like Craig, not at all, and trusting him was a thing of the past. I know that's right. Let me put a little bookmark. All right, guys, we are 75% through the book. All right. 75% through the book. Guys, we're not keeping this book on YouTube. Y'all's is. Okay, we are everything that I read. I'm not going to be keeping Carlitas' book, period, because I just don't have time for her, the brother, and I don't want any problems. I like Carlita, but between her and her brother, I celebrated Mother Nature. Why? Huh. Okay, so that's that. Y'all know what I'm talking about. All right, let's get back to it. One day, my friend and I went to the farm in Indiana that Craig and I had bought a few summers ago. How long I've been reading? A few summers ago. I went to grab some of the furniture for my new place, and what I found was a mess in the house. It looked like someone had a few wild parties there, and maybe they had, being that I had been into fixing my life for some time now. I found movies that had been rented and never returned. The slip in the bag had Craig's name on them, so he had been there. I got the things I came for, took the movies since they had been out for months. I didn't care if he had to pay for them. They were mine now. All right, that was the chapter into the new, what I'm reading. The new, what I'm reading. All right, so let me just say, this book, woo, now you know. Inhale, exhale with this flow. Huh? Break away and come again like this. Ha. This book is fucking hot. Some I can't miss. I like the book. I want you guys to go buy it on Amazon and read it with your family. Read it with your friends. Hide your mamas, hide your daddies, hide your dogs. Okay? All right, let me see. What do I want to show y'all is... Let me see if I can pull up this. If I can add something really quickly. God, I love y'all. You just don't know. You don't know. Okay, let me see. So, yeah. The book is good. I'm feeling it and liking it. This book is good. Yeah. See, that should be showing. That should be showing. There's the Kindle. Why? I'm so sorry, y'all. I'm trying to get my life together. I don't understand why it's not working. Okay, that's the Kindle. Okay, hold on. Let me see something. Celebrating Mother Nature's why? But do you treat me that way? But they said why? Ooh, why? But do you treat me this way? Why am I so just like into singing this song right now? Okay, so I'm trying to figure out some things. Give me 1 minute, Tito. Yeah, this is not doing what I want it to do. It's actually making me look freaking stupid. Like, on God. Let me try this one more time. Stop making me look bad. Oh, God. I don't know what it's doing. Why is it doing this? It'll show me the Kindle. Is you serious? It won't show me. Okay. So my apologies. I was trying to show you guys something on the website. Let y'all chat amongst yourselves. yourselves right quick. But let me just let you guys know what is going on. Once again, y'all know I have to keep making these announcements, child, or else folks won't know. Okay, so let me explain what's happening once again. The readings, unless I'm live on this backup channel, this is the only time you will catch the readings for free. Okay, the readings that I do will now be $5 a month. Okay, the reading, the book club tab, the TV tab that's on the website where you get to see like 90 Day Fiance, Black Ink Crew. Now there's going to be the whole season on the website instead of just the latest show. It's going to be the latest season. And at the end of each season, there'll be deleted one by one each week. So after Black Ink Crew season is done, the next week when it's not showing anything, I'll delete episode 1. Next week, I'll delete episode 2. And it's going to be like that for also the books that I'm not keeping. Okay. Also, I'm going to be reading books that I'm not reading live as well. I'm going to be reading books on my website, just on the site. That's it. Nowhere else, specifically just on my website. Okay, the exclusive book reads. It's $1 to start and $5 a month. Okay, so the first month is $1. So if you guys have donated to me at all on this YouTube, you should have no problems donating or signing up to register for cable TV, Teahive movie night, and the book club on the website. Okay, now that's the clear tier. Let me show you guys. Let me see if I got them in here. Do I have you? Let me see. I might not have sent them to myself. Might just be member. Let me just type in member. Could be member. Okay, yeah. So I didn't send them to myself, which I should have. Let me do that right now so that I can show you guys what shit looks like. Show you what it motherfucking looking like around these parts. You know I'm on the mic. I got hot, I'm flowing hard. I give a damn. Look at me like Mike and Nikes. Wanna eat and tear me apart. There was no beat that I was on right there. I was just flowing. Which one? Pick one. This one, that one. I eat fools, devour dumb. What you wanna do? Call me King Kong. Y'all know who that was. I cannot help myself. Hurry up and load. Hurry up. Thank you. Damn. Okay, I'm just put membership. Membershipy, ship. Hold your tongues. Hold your tongues. And say, I was born on a pirate ship. I was born on a pirate ship. Where is my freaking documents? No. Oh my damn. Fuck. All right, hold on, y'all. Let me get my life together. Y'all just chat amongst yourselves. Chat amongst yourselves. Let me get this together. Y'all just go ahead and chat amongst yourselves. Where are you? Oh my freaking. Okay, let me grab them and put and unzip them because they zipped up right now in a zip file. I'm gonna need you to unzippity zip, zippity dip, and don't trip. Oh God. In heaven, nah. Yeah. All right. I put that on the Lord. Ha. Thank you. I put it on the Lord. Yes, I do. What? Uh-oh. Oops. That was Carlita calling me. I'm going to have to answer her call pretty soon. Let me just attach this file. Attach. Let me just tell her to give me 1 second. One second, Carlita. Okay, all right. So now that they're on, all right, perfect. So now that I've uploaded them, so this is the first tier is clear member. If you're a clear member, this is what you're gonna see. Okay, hold on. If you're a clear member, this is what you will see. Oh, wait a minute. This is what you will see if you sign up for the $1 to $5 tier. You're going to have access to cable TV. You're going to have access to Teahive movie night, and you're going to have access to the book club, which includes extra books that I don't read here. If you want to sign up for the red tier, this is what you're going to see. This is going to have access to all of the things I just named, plus extra videos that are not allowed on YouTube, and plus some adult entertainment, okay, and adult movies as well. Y'all know they have stuff like Zane's Chronicles and all that stuff. That's the type of stuff I will be playing. Also, I downloaded an adult movie the other day, like movies with sex in them, basically, you know, and that will be under adult entertainment tab for the red member tier. So I'm just letting you guys know what's going on there. Ouch. You guys, I'm currently, ow, my chair. I'm currently, this website is currently under construction. There's been so many different bomb changes. Okay, also, this is, when I'm reading live on this channel, this is the only time that you will catch me live reading. Other than that, it will be videos that you will have to join if you want them on YouTube. You would also have to join on my YouTube, and I'm going to be creating that shortly, okay? Please believe. So that was that. Thank you guys so much for watching. You know I love you guys. Make sure you guys like and subscribe.